By the time I was 35, I'd collected enough solid evidence to build a case against men. I could easily see myself as a victim, or I could learn how to make it on my own. I learned just how capable I was. I could find a job, raise kids, start and finish college. I could survive, even thrive, without a man in my life. But just because you can, doesn't mean you should, unless you truly want to. Just make sure it's what you want. You're here on my channel for a reason. Figure out what your reason is, and never settle for less than your dream. 20 years after my husband left, I was asked to speak at an event in Los Angeles as a relationship expert. Who saw that coming the day my husband left? Certainly not me, or anyone who knew me back in the day. I'll never forget a young woman who approached me after my talk that Saturday morning in Beverly Hills. She told me she'd given up on men. She said she wanted a family, but hadn't been successful in relationships. She didn't care anymore. Her biological clock was ticking, so she decided she was going to go ahead and have a baby on her own. Now, with the medical technology available to her, she could become a single mom. She didn't need a man. She had a great career, so money wasn't a problem. She could provide for herself and a child. She appeared to be working very hard to justify her decision, to convince me that she had indeed figured it out. But as I listened patiently to her story, she began to weep softly. Yes, she could get pregnant with sperm from an anonymous donor. Yes, she could provide for herself and her child financially. But she could not provide a father for her child, a husband for herself. She would have to do life alone. She didn't really want to be a single mom, yet she didn't want to marry just anybody. She wanted a hero, a man who would come to know her better than anyone else, to partner with her, to be her companion and confidant. And she wanted to be that for him too. They would be committed to one another for life, safe and secure, facing the world and parenthood together. Something in this woman knew a child could not and would not be the partner that she needed. The parent-child relationship is not based on adult equality. And eventually, abandonment is embedded in this temporary and ever-changing dynamic. If it's a healthy relationship, the child will move on to create a life of his or her own. Then where would she be? Back at square one. Sad, alone, longing for a partner, wanting her own hero. I never saw her after that, and sometimes I wonder how life is going for her a decade later. I hope she didn't give up hope. I hope she found her hero, or that her hero found her, and that they created a beautiful family together. Now, if you're a single parent, you know it is the toughest job in the world. I've been there. It's one of those things you cannot fully appreciate until you've done it. Yes, people do. They do it, and they do it really well. But it's never ideal. Not that being married is easy or ideal either, but it's a start. Of course, there are different challenges in marriage, so much more to learn, but also so much more to enjoy.